Today's banana bread has been taken up a few notches, and I went on my little mission of how to bring out the most flavor in a banana bread. It was a personal challenge, so look out as we go along for 4 tricks and tweaks to my banana bread that took it to the next level. Hello, it is Lexi. Let's make banana bread next level. So I'll be showing you 2 variations, the second very similar to the first, but with an additional ingredient, which I going forward will now always add to my banana bread as it made it that good. So even if you may not consider yourself a good baker or even a baker, we have all at some stage in our life made banana bread. It's tasty and it's uncomplicated. And let's face it, who doesn't like banana bread? So I know you can make this recipe, and I hope you will give it a try. But come along with me and let me show you what I did to bump it up next level. So tip number 1 is do not use oil, use butter. Put your butter in a pot and let it heat up until it goes brown. So we then have some brown butter. And I tell you, the flavor is amazing. It makes so much difference to the depth of flavor of the whole banana bread using the brown butter. So if you have never tried this, give it a try. It was incredible. Tip number 2, and this may not be anything new, but if you're going to make banana bread, you need to use ripe bananas. It adds the most beautiful flavor, and it also allows you to use less sugar. So I like that because I prefer a natural sweetness to a sugar sweetness in my recipes. So here I've used 3 very, very ripe bananas. I will put all the ingredients and measurements in the description box below. But I added to the brown butter the bananas, as you saw, and eggs. And then I continued adding the wet ingredients, which was the vanilla essence and the milk. And I added brown sugar to the wet ingredients so that it could dissolve into the wet ingredients. Use brown sugar instead of white. It also adds more flavor. And this is an add-on that was really beautiful in this bread, walnuts. Walnuts and banana just belong together, don't they? They not only taste good together, but it adds a nice crunch into the banana bread. So I added the walnuts into the wet ingredients as I just find it easier to mix it through than adding it at the end into the flour mixture. So that's just a little tip from my side, something that I find makes it easier. I then added the dry ingredients, the salt, baking powder, and flour. I sprayed a baking tin with some oil and then poured the batter in. This was quite a job because this bowl is actually a bowl that belonged to my grandmother. It's one of those old baking bowls, and sure, it is heavy to hold. It's a 2-person job to get that batter in. But anyway, I managed to get it done. And that's our banana bread ready to be baked. So just a little bit of decoration on top. I just cut up some banana, and yes, as soon as I cut up the banana, Doodle appeared for her little piece. And then I also just put a few pieces of walnuts on the top as well, just for some further decoration and extra crunch. And yes, Doodle did get some banana. She waited very patiently, but she did get some. All right, so let's get on to our second banana bread. And I made it exactly the same way as the previous one, all the same ingredients, except I added one further ingredient, which, as I said at the beginning, I will now always add this to my banana bread because it added so much flavor. And this is what it is. I added dates. Now, like walnuts and banana, dates and banana just go together so well also. And once again, it brings a natural sweetness into the banana bread, so you do not need to add so much sugar. Half a cup of sugar was more than enough. In fact, when I make it next time, I may even add a little bit less, because the banana, that is very, very ripe, and the dates add this beautiful natural sweetness, and you really don't need much sugar. And you're probably laughing at me cutting the dates with a scissors instead of chopping it up with a knife. But the dates are quite sticky, and I just find that it actually works very well to just use a scissors. And we are ready to bake. One of the best smells in life is the smell of banana bread baking. And here they are coming out of the oven, looking beautiful and smelling absolutely delicious. Now don't follow my example. Be patient and wait for the bread to cool. Clearly I could not, and got into it while it was still warm. So it did crumble a little bit on the edge. But yes, oh, it was so good. Those additions of the brown butter, the very ripe bananas, the walnuts and the dates really, really bumped up this banana bread. Give it a try.